I remember that day like it was yesterday. August, the heat hanging over the city, and I, a child then, sitting in the kitchen, watching my mother pack her suitcase. She wasn't crying, but her face was pale and her lips were pressed into a thin line. I knew she was leaving. I knew everything would change. My parents were never a perfect couple. Their arguments were a part of my childhood, like summer thunderstorms or winter blizzards. But always after the storm came a calm. That day there was no calm, only silence, heavy, unbearable silence, which stretched for years. Mom went to her sister in Poland. For a while, as she said, I believed her. Naively, childishly, I believed she would come back. Dad tried to be strong, but I saw the light fading from his eyes. He worked even more, came home late, and the smell of alcohol became a constant companion. Our conversations were reduced to short phrases, and the emptiness in the house grew with each passing day. Years passed. I grew up, finished school. Mum called rarely, her voice seemed unfamiliar, and stories about her new life in Poland distanced her from us even more. I never blamed her. I understood she was searching for happiness she hadn't found here. But the pain of her absence never disappeared. One night, Dad woke me up. He was drunk, but his eyes were filled with tears. He started talking about Mom, about how much he loved her, about how much it hurt him when she left. It was the first time I'd seen him so open, so broken. I hugged him and we sat in silence for a long time, sharing our common pain. That moment was a turning point. We started talking about Mom, about our memories, about what had happened. We became a family again, even if it was just the three of us, me, Dad, and the shadow of Mom that was always between us. We realized that despite the pain and loss, we had to live on. And that love, true love, never disappears without a trace. It just takes on other forms. Years went by and life slowly got better. Dad and I learned to live anew with that emptiness that was no longer so painful, but rather reminded us of what we had been through. I went to university, found a job, and Dad, it seemed, finally found peace. One summer day, as we sat on the veranda watching the sunset over Kalush, he said, "You know, son, life is like a river. It flows, sometimes calmly, sometimes turbulently, but it always moves forward. It's important not to hold on to the past, but to learn to go with the flow." I didn't fully understand the depth of his words then, but now looking back, I see that it was at that moment we both began to let go of the pain and look to the future with hope, not with fear.